international green standards and mechanisms?
I think I tend to disagree a bit with you there for the reason that today you have many international firms in India as operators. So they again have those whatever norms. But what is clearly driving here in India is how can they save the cost? Because we are talking about lowest ARPU in the world, highest minutes of usage in the world. We are talking about the least amount of spectrum being made available to the operators in the world. So all are constraints that they are faced with. Yet they are doing business, they are growing the business, and they are making profits. So profit is something which is being driven. I mean, that has, again, I would like to agree with Mr. Ranjalkar on that. It is not a bad word. So when it is being driven, all these things that they are talking about, if it can make economic sense to them, they are going ahead and doing it. Coming to the aspect of talking about saving those 550 million people, as you mentioned, I think I would only recall the Oscar-winning movie of the Inconvenient Truths by Al Gore, where he said that, each one of us is a cause for this global warming. It is, there is nothing as an enterprise which is doing, each one of us. And it is by the choice that we make, the decisions that we take, in the equipments that we buy, electronic devices that we buy, or the cars that we drive. So everything, if we can be judicious, and if we can take the right choices, we will definitely look at per capita consumption coming down, and the CO2 emission coming down. I think that could be one of the steps that we can look at, rather than telling that the industry should do this or so-and-so should do it.
Thanks. Now, I must admit a goof up which I have made, and I have made that goof up in collaboration with SITM. I have booked my return ticket too early. It's at 6 o'clock, so I'm going to leave. But, and there's also an equation which says that, for every 8 kilometers of air travel, the carbon footprint, you have 1 kilograms of carbon footprint. So all of us are going to engage in a lot of carbon footprints very soon. But can I just, before going away, throw the discussion open to the House and ask all of you to ask us some inconvenient truths? It'll help us a lot.
Yes.
Good afternoon, panel. Sir, I'll just like to quote one thing which I came to know some days back. The Energy Act 2001 by the Bureau of Energy Efficiency changed certain standards already set for the power intensive units. They made it mandatory for all the power intensive units to get an energy audit done every year and submit the report to the BEE. Now, I've been hearing about this for all the units in the industry. Like there are Som Distillery, there are many industries which do this on an annual basis, but not till now have I heard of a single telecom company actually taking any step which is visible to the common man. So all I want to know is, are the telcos really answerable to the BEE on an annual basis as the other companies are?
So, would you like to answer on that?
One point is that indirectly, as I mentioned that, if it is that individual operator is putting up the tower, they won't do that. Okay, so the one thing the Abhishek also mentioned, it is not clearly written, but everybody is starting the business, they want to do some kind of margin money. Okay, for that they are optimizing the cost on that and see that which are the flexible ways are there. So that kind of things, telecom, as I mentioned earlier, they are already doing a lot of consolidation and selecting the technology also power consumption. I was working some other big telco earlier where I using that 1 lakh data center. The new places we are going on that we are using only 5,000 square feet data center. You can easily able to calculate that what the power consumption will come, that and all kind of things are there. Maybe it's physically it's not written, or maybe it's a regulatory you want to put kind of some green audit, some kind of thing will come that picture. But all the organizations interested to reduce the cost, one is that how you can save your energy, how you are doing something on that way is doing that. Thanks.
Can I ask a supplementary to? I mean, I'll put it to the panel and then quit while the going is still good. I mean, Setu talked of Vodafone, and it has set us explicit carbon footprint reduction target. How far are we from hearing a similar announcement in India?
It would be unfair on my part to talk on behalf of the other operators, but I think, I'm sure, as I said, they are all looking at it. There are a number of initiatives that they are taking, possibly from the sustainable development perspective. I'm sure the operators would also come and do something. Maybe someone else can answer.
Before that, can I give you the chair and seek? You also want to leave? Same. I'm really sorry. So if we can give Mr. Sethuraman the chair, and he will continue with the house. Yeah, thanks. Let the thing continue.
Okay, so any other questions? I think everybody is disappointed with Anupam leaving. Anupam, so people don't want you to leave. I think we are also concluding the session. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
And sharing with us the different perspectives being taken by the industry and the huge challenges that still exist. As a token of our gratitude and appreciation, I request my colleagues to felicitate the panel members. Request the panel members to please join the audience. I request the audience to please bear with us for a few more minutes as the stage is being set for the next session, which is a case study for mobile pay services in Bangladesh.